What's up everyone, it is Cody here with the Kubicon Jeep and another episode of the Jeep TJ 1-ton build. On today's episode of the Jeep TJ 1-ton build, we are going to be cutting the hood and putting on MotoBilt Highline Aluminum Fenders. They're in the pile of all the other yellow stuff we're going to be assembling on the Jeep. This is the next step, so stay tuned guys, this is going to be a fun one. So in this episode today, we're going to be putting the Highline fenders on the bracketry for our battery mounting, which is pretty standard. Just pops into the factory holes here with the factory hardware. MotoBilt does sell a battery box that hooks onto the top of this, which is right here. That is for the Optima. I believe they also offer the Odyssey battery as well. So we're gonna get those put on, and then the next step will be cutting our hood. So I put masking tape on the hood because it helps prevent chipping of the paint and all that stuff. And we're gonna whiz wheel this body line all the way down the hood on both sides. That's going to give us the clearance we need to get our Highline fenders put up there and installed. I also got blank inner fenders, but those are going to wait until a future video because they're blank and I have to cut everything for our coil towers around. So I'm going to get our brackets and stuff installed on the inside and then come back and we'll start cutting the hood and hopefully we don't mess it up. Guys, brackets are installed. This is the passenger side. It's where the battery tray goes. And then driver's side is right there. That's where our inner fenders and stuff like that will mount to. The battery obviously on the passenger side. So we are going to get the whiz wheel out and we're gonna cut these body lines with the whiz wheel. I think the whiz wheel is gonna be the least intrusive opposed to like a Sawzall or an angle grinder. So we're gonna use the whiz wheel and we're gonna see how it goes. So I'm gonna try to keep it as straight as I possibly can and get these cut so we can get the Highlines installed on them. Alright guys, if you have access to a whiz wheel, I would highly recommend using it. Just does a really good job. I will show you the cut here. Very minimal damage to the hood that was freshly painted and straight line, obviously. So I've got some edge dressing to put on the inside here. It's going to require a little bit of modification to make it work just because some sections of the hood, as you can see here, are lipped, so it's not going to slide over that as easy, but it's just some generic like O'Reilly Auto Parts stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and get our Highlines bolted up on here. It's just using the factory hardware we took off the Jeep 3 years ago basically. 4 bolts there and then 2 bolts here. You're not using that bottom bolt like the factory fenders would have. One Highline is installed. Might have to trim a little bit out of the bottom here. It's pretty dang close. We'll see when we lay the whole hood and everything down. We'll move on to the passenger side. Alright, you guys remember when I was like, oh yeah, just cut it at the body lines, like everything's gonna be good. No, that is not even close to the case. this is finished now, next day. For those of you who were wondering yesterday, oh, Cody seems like a little off. Fuel cell video and this beginning of this video, I had the stomach flu, so I was not doing great. That's why I look like shit. But here we are now. I've got my edge dressing and everything on there. It looks pretty good. You can see we're way higher up on the hood panel there. There's probably only about 3/4 of an inch showing. And that gets us pretty perfect. When I push it down the rest of the way, I mean, I'm good with, you know, that 1/4 inch or so gap. But yeah, not even close to the original body line. The original body line had like 1.5 inches, 2 inches of that hood latch showing. And all said and done, I mean, you've got 3/4 of an inch maybe. I probably could cut it down to 1/2 to get it like perfectly flat, but I'm gonna start running into issues with like my freaking hoop hitting and stuff like that. I'm good with that, especially with the hood pins and everything. It's gonna be perfectly fine. You gotta remember, this is not a highway cruiser anymore. So the additional thing I did do is I added a 3rd bolt up here. I know there's a 3rd bolt down there. You don't use that on the MotoBilt Highlines. This one, I can't remember. It's been so long since this has had OEM fenders on it, if that one was a fender bolt or if it was something else. But it has a bolt in it now. It really ties everything in nice and straight body line wise. So what we got to do now is we got to put our little dimple turn signals in, and what I'm super excited about is putting the louvers in here and adding that kind of brushed aluminum look to this thing. I think it's really going to make it pop. So we're going to get that stuff added real quick and get back with you guys. I think we got it all finished up. So we got our little dimple turn signals in on both sides. Those are generic, so you can pick them up anywhere if you need to get more in the future. Let me hold the hood down so it looks normal. But edge dressing all cut properly, and then the hood louvers and venting, I put them on a little bit different way than MotoBilt says. MotoBilt wants both the metal pieces in the back. I thought it looked cool this way, so we're gonna try it. It might catch mud and stuff, but we'll see how it goes. I think it looks pretty sweet, and definitely follows the body lines of the Highline rear fenders as well. Let's see if we can get a front shot here. Definitely turned out great. All in all, these fenders turned out great. The MotoBilt Highlines look sweet. Definitely add character to the Jeep, follow all the body lines and all that good stuff. So it's another thing we can cross off the Kubicon Jeep checklist, get it done in time to do some wheeling this spring. So it's only, shoot, 2 months away. We'll see if we can get it done or not. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. If you've got any pointers, comments, questions, concerns, drop them down below. If this video was helpful to you, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe. We got a ton of work to do on this Jeep still. We got a ton of yellow parts on the ground, and yeah, it's getting there, but we still got a long ways to go. Peep the little one, Sadie Ray, hanging out, watching. Mom over there doing something. So yeah, bunch of work to do, and not a lot of time to do it. So the videos are gonna keep cranking out, and we're gonna get this thing finished and have some wheeling videos for you guys this spring. We'll catch you guys on the next episode of the Jeep TJ 1-ton build.